We are going to look at simplifying radicals. Simplify the following radicals. Answers are somewhere at the bottom of the page, so once you complete a problem, oh, this is the assignment. Let's go to the notes. Let's see. All right. So here are the notes. Simplifying square roots. The symbol for square roots looks like this. Square roots are also called radicals. Your goal today to be able to simplify a radical. So we're going to start with that term that we already know, square numbers. The following are square numbers because they're formed by an area of a square. So if we have a 1 by 1 square, that area is 1, and that 1 is a square number. If we have a 2 by 2 square, that area is 4. 4 is a square number. If we have a 3 by 3 square, that area is 9. 9 is a square number. Okay, and we could keep going. A 4 by 4 square would be 16, a 5 by 5 square, 25. 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, and 36 are all called square numbers, and they're called that because they're formed by finding the area of a square. So let's list the square numbers below from 1 to 144, and we already have several of them listed on the assignment. We have 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 81. Am I missing one? Let's see. Yep, I'm missing 64, 81, 100, 121, 144. Simplify the following square roots. The square root of 36 is 6. The square root of 16 is 4. The square root of 64 is 8. What happens if a number isn't a perfect square? How do we simplify? And that's our goal for today. So here are the steps. Simplify the square root of 50. It's not one of those square numbers that we had written above. So we want to think of that list of square numbers and find the biggest square number we can divide 50 by. We can divide 50 by 1, we can divide it by 4, and we can divide it by 25. 25 is the biggest one. So we're going to rewrite it as the square root of 50 is the square root of 25 times 2, and we can break it up. The square root of 25 times the square root of 2. If we simplify the square root of 25, the square number, we get 5 square root of 2. And that is a simplified radical. Let's try another one. Simplify the square root of 40. So first step, what is the biggest square number we can divide 40 by? And it happens to be 4. So this is the square root of 4 times the square root of 10. So we're going to rewrite it like that, and then we'll pull out the square number. The square root of 4 is 2. So our answer is 2 square root of 10. Let's try another one. The square root of 48. What's the biggest square number we can divide 48 by? We can divide it by 1, by 4, and also by 16. So 16 is the biggest. It's the square root of 16 times the square root of 3. The square root of 16 is 4. So this would be 4 square root of 3. There's your answer. Okay. All right. We did step 3 already. All right, so you try. Let's take a look at this. The square root of 72, what's the biggest square number we can divide 72 by? So you want to think about that. I think it is 36. So this one is the square root of 36 times the square root of 2, which would be 6 square root of 2. If you want to check your answer, you can do 6 times the square root of 2, get a decimal. Try the square root of 72, get a decimal, and they should be the same. So the square root of 50, this one was done for us above. This is the square root of 25 times the square root of 2, which is 5 square root of 2. And the last one, 108. You want to figure out what's the biggest square number we can divide 108 by. I think it's 36. 36 times 3. So your answer is 6 square root of 3. Okay, so your assignment then will be to practice this idea. Again, find the biggest square number you can divide it by, write it in radical form, and then simplify.